Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and I will be talking about the new banner that we got a few days ago. So this is going to be the limited time Roxas Art EX deal. So another EX metal enters the fray not too shortly after the last one. It's actually still pretty relevant, Sephiroth EX, just because his high score challenge is still going on. So I don't know why we got this one too soon. It feels like we should have had a few more weeks until this one. But, you know what, let's go ahead and talk about it anyways. It's a fantastic deal because, as you can see there, Roxas Art EX arrives, but you also get HD Xion within 5 draws, and that's going to be the main reason that I think people will pull into this banner. I'll explain that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and read a little bit further down. So here's our Roxas Art EX Metal. As you can see, it does have the wordy art on the right. I don't really know if there's an official name for the artwork, but unfortunately, I noticed this, when I was looking at my Sora Art EX Metal. I thought the words on the clothing were like text of dialogue, but a lot of it's actually just the same phrase and the same word put over and over. So if you look really, really closely on Roxas's shirt, you see Sora on the shoulder, on the back, and also on the bottom of the shirt. So they didn't get too creative when it came to putting words on there, but I want to bet it's because this game is both Japanese and a global version, so it kind of had to be a little generic in order to, not have a bunch of Japanese text on there or not have mistranslations on there. I want to guess that's why they did it. But regardless of whether or not you like the art on the right, the art on the left looks super sweet. It's got nice shading to it. It honestly looks really, really good. I'd like to have it, honestly, just for the art, because the art looks fantastic. Alright, moving along, this EX Metal is only here for a limited time. So if you really want Roxas Art EX, now is a good time to pull for him, just because we don't know when it will come back. I know Japan recently got a reprint of it, but for us in the global version, that's about 4, 5, 6 months away, unfortunately. So if you really want this metal, now would be a good time to pull, especially with that guaranteed HD Xion in there. So we get 10 days to do this, and here are the details of the banner. So you'll get that HD Xion within 5 draws. So what that means is that if you get HD Xion in the first, second, third, or fourth draw, it resets the counter. So let's say you plan on doing 5 draws to get that HD Xion. Let's say you get the HD Xion on that second draw, the whole thing resets, and you have to do 5 more to guarantee it. So it's not like you can get it on the second one, and then it'll be guaranteed on the 5th one. That's not how it works. So just be a little mindful of that when you're doing draws. I don't want you to, use all your draws thinking, oh, hey, I got it on the second draw, and I still get it guaranteed on the 5th, because that's not how it works, unfortunately. Unless you're super lucky and you're able to get it within a short number of draws, then by all means, go ballistics. But just be mindful of that, because I don't want you getting screwed over by that. You'll get at least 1 tier 4 or higher metal pre-strengthened to 1, 2, 3 dots. So 1, 2, or 3 dots. And a lot of people say tier 4 metals aren't really good, but that's actually not true. You can actually still get good tier 4s if you get good guilt on them, and if you get good traits on them. Those tier 4s can easily still be relevant to the game. Just the other time, I don't know if you saw my my trait rolling and my pulling from the last time I did any sort of pulls or draws, but I did get the illustrated Sora A, which is a tier 4 metal, and it now has ground enemy defense and aerial enemy defense minus 60. So I still plan on using that even though it's a tier 4 metal. So don't think that tier 4s are completely out of the game yet. Yes, some of them are outdated, like Pooh and Piglet. If you have a better general attack buffer, Pooh and Piglet does kind of go out the window. But there are still a lot of tier 4s that you can make good, useful utility out of at least. All the medals will be 5-star or higher, and if you get Roxas Art EX or HD Xion, it automatically comes pre-strengthened to 3 dots, which is really good, because then you only need 3 Mickey and Brooms to guilt them if you so choose to. Naturally, because this is their banner, Roxas Art EX and HD Xion can come boosted, and let's just go ahead and take a look at the medals and do just a little bit of analysis on them. So Roxas Art EX is an upright speed metal. It is going to be tier 6, it's going to cost 3 gauges and hits all enemies. It is going to deal 4 hits, and then for 1 turn, it is going to raise general strength by 1 tier. It is going to raise speed strength by 5 tiers, lower general enemy defense by 1 tier, and then lower enemy speed defense by 3 tiers. It's going to inflict more damage the higher your HP, which is a relatively easy condition to meet nowadays, especially since 0.2 Kyrie heals, Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 2 Kyrie heals. There are a lot of healing medals that can easily get you back to max HP so that you can do max damage. Needless to say, it's an EX medal. It's super good. It has a lot of things going for it. It closes the hole that 0.2 Kyrie, with at 6 tiers of strength. With this medal, you get up to 7, so then you hit the max. With this, you can also boost that 0.2 Kyrie from +1 speed strength to 6. It also has the general defense down. It also has the speed defense down. There's a lot of utility just crammed into this medal for only 3 gauges. So that's really good. A medal's usefulness for me is always determined by how many medals go into one medal in order to, pretty much make that medal. So this medal has a VV or a Diz or an Aerith in it, mixed with like 2.5 times the number of Kingdom Hearts 2 Kyries, mixed with general defense down. There's a lot of utility just crammed into this one medal, making it super good. That doesn't need much explanation. In terms of comparing it to the Sephiroth EX medal, it is a little bit worse because it deals 4 hits versus the 1 hit that Sephiroth EX does. So this won't be as good as high score challenge point bonuses as Sephiroth EX is. Not to say Roxas Art EX is not a fantastic medal, because it totally is. Moving along, just for time purposes, we have HD Xion, and I want to say this is the main reason you should pull into this banner. So HD Xion is a reverse red medal. It is tier 6, and it is a costless copy medal. It's like HD Nominee, except reverse red and tier 6. Now this is just a fantastic medal, because when you use it properly, you get any medal, and then it automatically gets tier 6 gilt if you have HD Xion gilted. So that's a lot. That is a huge amount to take in. It's just like when HD Nominee came out. A lot of people used HD Nominee's tier 5 gilt in order to get more usefulness out of something that was like a tier 3 gilt. Same goes with the copy key arts. It was the same concept. People use them to copy strong medals in order to get like a tier 5 gilt on like a tier 4 medal. So HD Xion, it's really, really good. You can, even ungilted, you can use it to copy buffers. So you can throw it right before 0.2 Kyrie, get a lot of value out of that, and then you're pretty much going in with 2 0.2 Kyries, which is a really, really good buffing and debuffing setup. It's just a really good medal. If you don't have a copy medal, I would definitely recommend getting HD Xion, just because it is a mercy. And if you're able to do the total 5 pulls, you also get a chance at Roxas Art EX, which can also improve your game. So let's go ahead, just take a look at a few of our Keyblades and a few theoretical setups we can use. So Starlight is a really good example, because you can get 3 uses out of Roxas Art EX if you use it properly. So on that first slot, you can put the Kingdom Hearts 2 Kyrie, Illustrated Kyrie. On that second slot, you can use the 0.2 Kyrie. On the third slot, use that HD Nominee to copy Roxas Art EX, which is in the 4th slot. And then you copy Roxas Art EX again with Key Art Beginnings in the 5th slot. So that's like a really good setup. That is one reason that copy medals are really, really good, because with HD Nominee or HD Xion mixed in with one of the copy key arts, you essentially can get 3 uses out of a really good medal. So it doesn't even have to be Roxas Art EX in this 4th slot. It could be Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora EX. It could be Key Art 9 if you want to use that. So that's just a really good setup, using the copy medals as sort of the basis for, pulling off a medal's activation 3 times. Another good setup that we can use this for is with our Olympia. It's going to be the same deal as with the Starlight, except it's going to be the 0.2 Kyrie, followed by HD Xion, followed by the Roxas Art EX, followed by a Key Art Sky. So again, 3 uses out of that Roxas Art EX medal. Moving along, it is the HD Xian specifically is really good in the Moogle of Glory, because you can make this from a red-blue blade to mainly a blue blade. So that third slot will become a reverse red 2.9 multiplier at level 35, and then you could use it to copy that fourth slot. So that's just a lot of utility using HD Xian. Again, just like I said in the intro, you can use HD Xian, let's say even in this first slot here, to copy whatever is in that second slot. So let's say you put that 0.2 Kyrie in that second slot, copy it with HD Xian, and then you get more utility. Naturally, Roxas Art EX has pretty much 3 perfect places on Sleeping Lion. It can be on that second slot, that fourth slot, that fifth slot. You can get a lot of utility out of it. Just putting it pretty much anywhere in Sleeping Lion that isn't the first slot, which is normally going to be for your buffers, or that third slot, which is going to be for either a utility metal or a reverse green metal, just because a 1.1 multiplier I feel like just doesn't do Roxas RTX justice. And then another Keyblade that would be good with HD Xian would be the Stroke of Midnight, just because that last slot does get pretty high in terms of multiplier, and you can use HD Xian to copy friend metals. And we don't have the blade yet. I don't know why I kept scrolling, but you can use both metals in a Fairy Star setup, because Fairy Stars has that fourth slot, which is reverse red, the fifth slot, which is upright green, and then you can use a shared metal, a shared copy metal, in order to copy Roxas Art EX again. So that's another setup you can use using Fairy Stars, which we haven't gotten yet, to copy that Roxas Art EX metal 3 times. Again, it doesn't have to be Roxas Art EX. It's just a good combination using HD Xian and then a copy key art. So, if not only to entice you to pull more by having that fantastic HD Xian, we also have a bonus jewels and special attack bonus campaign. So this is going to be more enticing for people to buy jewels, because if you buy $100 worth of jewels, you're really getting like $160 worth of jewels. And not only because of the bonus jewels, you also have that special attack bonus campaign, which is really good for when people have to do multiple pulls, because then they can guild things without having to worry about wasting too many magic mirrors. Again, it's not saying it couldn't be bad. You can still roll like 100 on a tier 5 metal and then need to spend 50 magic mirrors, but that's a lot better than rolling 80 on it and then needing to spend 70. I know a lot of people are upset because they did the Demix B roll, because they didn't think we were going to get another, you know, special attack bonus campaign, because we got 2 this month already. So it's a good time to pull. And if not, to top onto all of that, we also got a free present from Square Enix today, just because it is the 15th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts in its global release, and it's gonna be 15,000 jewels. That is a lot of jewels. That is already a guaranteed HD Xian for anyone. So, what can I say? Thank you, Senna, for the Square Enix North America. For the 15,000 jewels. It is definitely going to be appreciated. I am going to do 3 pulls for HD Xian, because I already did 2 yesterday. I'll make a whole separate video for that, because I know some people just like watching the pulls. So I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. But that is my analysis, as well as some good places and some good setups for both Roxas Art EX and HD Xian. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try my best to answer them. Again, I am a little congested with a busy schedule nowadays, but I still want to help you guys as much as I possibly can, because this game does have quite a steep learning curve if you're new. Or if you just want to talk, you know, feel free to hit me up in the comments below if there was like a strategy I missed. I'd greatly appreciate it to just help me improve at this game as well. But with that being said, that's the end of this video of analysis and checking out the banner. Tune into the next one in order to see the polls that I have done and will do. And until that video, everyone, take it easy.